Good morning. So today I'm going to answer one of your submitted questions, and it's a great question. And the answer reveals maybe one of the most important lessons that you can ever come to know in life. Kathy wrote in asking, I don't know who to ask to give me specific career advice. I have great ambition, but I lack confidence. How can I know that I'm on the right path? I'm worried about making mistakes. Kathy, I am familiar with what you are feeling inside. It is the great pain of longing, or wanting to be somewhere else than you are, but not knowing how to get there and feeling stuck. It's like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, standing in the barnyard singing that achingly beautiful song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
In fact, Dorothy's story and lessons learned and her archetypal hero's journey is the answer to your all-important question. So at the beginning of the story, Dorothy and her friends feel victims of circumstance. They feel plagued by the vagaries of life. They are lost. They are told that only the great, all-knowing, and all-powerful Wizard of Oz can give them the answers that they seek and save them from their current predicament. This is what marketing gimmickry and politics always tell you too, by the way. But for Dorothy and her friends to get to the wizard and to gain access to the all magical powers to change their life, they must travel the yellow brick road. Of course, we know the yellow brick road represents the path towards Dorothy's true self. The yellow brick road is her journey towards her innermost hero. Along the path, Dorothy encounters her inner voice, the disempowered parts of herself, represented in the characters familiar to her from her Aunt Em's farm. The Scarecrow is Dorothy's heart, without a brain to stop him. He goes on with his heart and doesn't get held back by fear. The Tin Man is Dorothy's thinking mind. He lacks a heart. He is hardened, stubborn, literally set in his ways. He is an overthinker and suffers from paralysis of analysis. And the Lion is Dorothy's emotional self. His fear paralyzes him. Without courage, he cannot unlock the full potential of his heart and mind. For most of the journey, these friends are separate from her and from each other. Each is motivated by their own self-interest, and they compete for Dorothy's energy and attention. Eventually, they put aside their competitive nature and integrate into her strengths as they work together to save Dorothy from the Wicked Witch. This is Dorothy stepping into her whole self, her full and all-powerful, authentic self. The Wicked Witch is Dorothy's shadow self. The witch lacks self-worth and is driven by her insecurities. Envious of her sisters, she covets what they have. She attempts to rule by instilling fear. She is the voice of Dorothy's inner critic. In the moment when Dorothy accepts and integrates her various parts, her heart, her mind, and her emotions, she is able to defeat the Wicked Witch and silence her inner critic. This allows her to take the broomstick to the wizard so that she can return home. And let's not forget the wizard. The wizard is Dorothy in the future. The wizard projects an image of what he believes the people of Oz expect him to be, a great and powerful wizard, while he hides his true self behind the curtain. He literally changes his voice and appearance to project what he thinks the people want him to be. The tragedy here is he knows he is subverting his true self. When Dorothy tells him that he is a bad man, he corrects her. Oh, my dear, I am a very good man. I am just a very bad wizard. In other words, bad at faking it, bad at pretending to be something that he wasn't. The wizard is a warning. This is the life of suffering that awaits Dorothy if she continues to subvert her authenticity to meet the expectation of others. The lesson here is, like so many of us, Dorothy believed that she needed something outside of herself to complete herself. In her case, the great and powerful Oz to bestow the needed virtue on her friends, her inner self, and bring her home to her personal truth. Glinda, the good witch, Dorothy's inner muse, her wise, intuitive, higher self, says to Dorothy what I am trying to tell all of you here today. She said, "You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power. The source of your greatest advice has always resided within. Dorothy's most trusted companion, Scarecrow, asked Glinda, "Then why didn't you tell her before?" And Glinda replied, "Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself." This is the great aha moment, the one I hope that you actually get this morning. No matter how far away from yourself you might have strayed, how worried, fearful, or lost you feel, there's always a path back. You already know who you are. You already know how to fulfill your destiny. The ruby slippers are already on your feet and ready to carry you back anytime that you want in only 3 clicks. Just before Dorothy clicks her heels, she shares the universal lesson, the one that I pass forward to all of you today. Dorothy says, "If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard, because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with." So tell us, what did you get about the lesson shared with you today? Make some notes in your Darren Daily Journal, and please share it with us in the comments below. And if you know anybody else that is longing, anyone else seeking and searching for the answers to life's greatest questions, help them out. Help accelerate their journey towards their innermost hero by sharing today's Darren Daily with them.